Okay, I love just about every kind of movie, but I'm also not afraid to admit that I cry during movies. If any little emotional thing in a movie, I'll start to tear up. I'm a man, I'm not afraid to say it. It's okay. Now you may be asking, well Todd, what kind of movies are we going to talk about that make you cry? Sit tight because we're about to talk about all of that on Todd Miley Presents. The Fault in Our Stars is a 2014 film directed by Josh Boone and is also based off of the novel of the same name written by John Green. Okay, I haven't read the book and I really don't want to read the book honestly because I don't care. Not that I don't like reading, I just don't want to read this book. The Fault in Our Stars, for those of you that don't know, is a movie about cancer. Now, what I have to say about this movie is fuck cancer. This movie is so fucking sad. The movie is about a teenager named Hazel Grace Lancaster, played by Shailene Woodley. And she is suffering from thyroid cancer. Terminal fucking cancer. That sucks. She knows she's gonna die in this movie at some point, and she's kind of accepted it, so she's become kind of bitter, you know? She's kind of like got that rebel attitude about having cancer. Her parents kind of at the time, they make her go to like some fucking support group for teens with cancer. So on a side note, her mom is played by Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park. I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's not really important, but okay. She meets a guy named Augustus Waters, played by Carrie's prom date. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I'm not gonna try, so we're just gonna refer to him as Carrie's prom date. This dude suffered from bone cancer and lost a leg due to it. Yeah, guys, remember these are all fucking teenagers. Also, there's a side character in this movie who's not as important, but he's kind of got a sad story. You remember the TV show, The Naked Brothers Band? Well, anyway, Nat Wolff is in this, and he plays a blind kid. But he's not really blind at first, but then throughout the movie, his cancer worsens and becomes blind. Shit. Hazel's pretty much a bitch in this movie at the beginning. And you kinda understand why. I mean, she's got fucking terminal cancer. She knows she's gonna die. Hazel and Augustus, they end up spending so much time together that they end up falling for each other. But they don't want to say I love you because, you know, they know that they're not gonna be around long enough. One of them's gonna die before the other. They kinda come to assume that. The way they kinda say I love you in this movie is they say okay. Before Hazel dies, her one pretty much her one goal in life is to go to Amsterdam. She wants to meet her favorite author named Peter Van Houten, played by Norman Osborn. Her doctors and everybody in the hospital tells her, you know, you can't go. This is bad on your health. If you remember the scene in this movie when they're in Amsterdam and they're in the Anne Frank house and they're trying to climb up all the fucking steps, that shit was sad because you could tell Hazel could not do it, but she did it anyway. Yeah, the whole time she was climbing these steps, I'm sitting there with tears coming down both of my eyes. Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man and I cried at this movie. I don't care. But this movie, it really shows like what it's like to live with cancer. Maybe not in the most discreet and real way possible, but being a teenager and having cancer, that's gotta suck ass. They're a ticking time bomb in this movie. There's a scene in this movie, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it, towards the end where shit got intense. Throughout this movie, Augustus was like, he kept Hazel like on her feet, you know what I mean? Like he always had the positive attitude. He was, you know, you can do this, you can do this. He was always supportive of her. And when his character falls apart in this movie, it's just like, yeah, that's what it was like. For these people's ages, I know Shailene Woodley's in her 20s, or at least I'm pretty sure she's in her 20s, but the acting was very well done in this. I'm not embarrassed to say that I do like chick flicks, some of them. Guys, I also want to apologize for not making a video for like, what, the past 2 weeks or something like that. I didn't feel like making one because I hadn't watched any good movies lately, and I was just being really fucking lazy. I did pick up on a new channel. It's called So Original. You should probably check it out. One of them's my sister, okay? It's my sister and her friends, and they're making, well, I don't really know what they do. They just do some stuff. Just check it out if you would please. Give them some support. I will leave a link to their channel in my description box below. Also, if you haven't watched The Fault in Our Stars, go watch it. Don't be afraid to cry. Let me know what you think about the movie below in the comments. Also, as usual, subscribe, and thanks for watching.